Niall, welcome back from vacation. How was it in your homeland, your motherland?
Oh, it was all great, Adrian, but of course I missed having our conversations on a regular basis, so there was that downside. How are you?
Well, I am fabulous because we get to make up for lost time right now with this conversation. Exactly. Let's talk about the GOP still having these candidates who are happy to be endorsed by former President Donald Trump, like Hillbilly Elegy author J.D. Vance, Josh Mandel saying that he's more Trump-like than Vance. What are Democrats exactly up against this year?
Well, I mean, obviously there is this Trump tendency in the Republican Party that is beyond the president himself, a sort of populist or nationalist, if you want to use that term, strain in the Republican Party. Democrats are up against very stiff headwinds, Adrian, in terms of President Biden's approval ratings, inflation, which we have spoken about before, and a general sense of public discontent, I think, after 2 years plus of the pandemic. All of those things combined make this a very difficult landscape for Democrats.
Yeah, and you mentioned, the popular opinion, just that general dissatisfaction across the board has really been something the GOP has tapped into. Is the handwriting just very clearly on the wall that Republicans will certainly take over the White House in 2024?
I think that's a little premature at this stage. I think in the midterm elections, they're very clearly favoured. In terms of the White House in 2024, if that election were held tomorrow, I think whoever the Republican nominee was would clearly be the favourite. But it won't be held tomorrow. There's 2+ years where all sorts of things can change with the economy and the overall political climate.
Yeah, good point. 2 years, a lot's happened in the past 2 years. So what's coming next? Good gravy. I hope it's better. But talk about the historically key state of Ohio and how demographics are changing there.
Yeah, that's a really fascinating state. Joe spoke about it a little bit. Ohio was a classic battleground for decades. As recently as 2012, President Obama won it in his re-election campaign. He'd carried it 4 years before. That is now an increasingly Republican state. Former President Trump carrying it by 8 points both times. Really a demographic effect where it's I don't love the term Rust Belt, the industrial Midwest is very much, I think, the heartland of the modern-day Republican Party.
Yeah, for so many years, I mean, Ohio historically predicted who was going to win it all for the White House, but it didn't happen in 2020. I was there. How about in neighboring Pennsylvania? It looks like we're kind of seeing the revenge of the Republicans.
Yeah, I mean, clearly there is a big battle there that between Mehmet Oz and David McCormick for the Republican primary. But that, again, is a state where I think you would have to say right now the Republican, whoever the nominee proves to be, would be favoured. Again, replacing in that instance a retiring Republican senator, Pat Toomey. But one of these other states that was once, you will remember the term, the blue wall, Adrian. That blue wall was demolished first time around by President Trump and has looked very, very shaky ever since, even though that's a little bit of a mixed metaphor. Sorry about that.
But that's okay. We like metaphors, especially when they come from you. Niall, thank you as always. Good to see you. Good to have you back.
Thanks, Adrian. Take care.
Nick Smith is at the NewsNation. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.